What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the No Story Untold podcast. I'm Emmanuel Mock, filmmaker and creative, and today we're talking to feature industry.
I studied economics there. It was dull. I switched to marketing. It was dull too. Well, I started filming small advertisings and all what be around me. If you know, I saw one story in Instagram that I need editor for my project. The story begin my new career as a mixed media artist.
Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve?
DaVinci Resolve, of course. No other option.
Filming videos or editing videos?
Editing videos.
Mixed media work or regular sequence editing?
Mixed media work. Just as for me, mixed media work. And this is my specialization, and I love this.
Analog film or digital video?
Oh, hard to choose because my technique is analog and handcrafted, and maybe analog techniques closer to me than digital.
Would you rather work on a short film or a music video?
It depends, you know. Now the industry working like the music video can be like short film, and short film can be like music video, and it getting to be a combination of everything. That's why you can choose between music video and short film.
What type of software or hardware do you need to make mixed media, like a printer, etc., or what do you use to create that?
Yeah, printer, scanner, and your imagination. Mostly your imagination. The video can dictate you what effect need to be done, and you just the right hands to do that.
Wow, okay. Okay, so I was actually going to lead into that. So you said your imagination, that's big. So when you're working on like a commission piece in particular, I'm sure you have a decent amount of freedom in what to create, or I'm assuming it differs from project to project, or how do you come up with ideas on what to cut out or what to draw on the mixed media and like how to create it? Where does that come from?
Uh, uh, I really I can't answer the question. It's really hard because sometimes you want to try something, or you can see the pattern in the video need to be like need to be expressed, and it's really hard question how to create.
Mm.
Just need to start, and then the process will tell you. No other option.
Wow, okay. Wow, okay. That's a nice way to think of it. So you're just going into it and letting the music or the vibe or the video speak to you. Continue to work on that.
Mostly, yes.
Wow.
You just watching the video again and again and again, and then you see the patterns. You see the maybe uh, a- any idea, or sometimes it can be really small, and then can build a better and bigger idea for what to do. Hard to tell, because creating is not that piece what can be telling about. It's just feeling.
Just a feeling. Wow. That's a true artist. A true artist speaking. Just a feeling. Okay. So
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that I'm an artist.
you don't think so?
I'm more how to say that, I don't know, it's not a I don't create the art because I have the video. You create the art when you have nothing, just the
Mm.
idea in your mind. That's why I'm more I use artistic experience and something that artists can use, but mostly it's not art. It's just uh, I'm like I don't know how to say that. There is a difference between artist and the other pattern of you know that mm, when you need to help me to how to say it in English because I I really struggling.
No, go ahead.
We
Take your
have the
time.
creator, artist, and people who can like can uh, managing work after work, and it can be like maybe the same or something.
I
Uh,
see what you're saying. So you're
uh,
saying, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess better if I use
No,
transcription for that.
yeah, take your time. Just as you do that, so you're almost saying, so you don't call yourself an artist because you're not, so you're looking from the video and seeing how to work from there.
You know, it's like craft more
Mm,
than the art.
I see. Okay, okay. So it's like an artisan.
Hmm.
Okay, nice. That's a great way to look at it. Okay. So going off of that, I'm interested. So I saw a Dragon Ball Z Crocs Footlocker ad you helped on, and Jimmy Butler with the clothing brand ad you helped on. How does it look like getting work abroad, and how did you get on those projects?
Uh, yeah, if you know how to build all project, there is a huge net where is the director, then the production team, and etc. And who I'm touching with is mostly the editor or the main editor or something, and
Okay.
they have a main goal for the video, and then they can use me as a helper with some effects and vibes, or the producer how it worked with Crocs and Footlocker.
Wow. So are these producers and editors are reaching out to you in specific?
Yeah, yeah, mostly, but sometimes they just want mixed media, and I can handle it and give something special as a creator.
Wow, wow, that's nice. Because it's kind of hard finding people, a lot of people that do mixed media, as I was looking for people because really, Gabe introduced me to you and I saw your work. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then you don't see it a lot, but that's nice to hear. So a lot of people are reaching out to you. It's definitely a niche. It's definitely a niche in editing that you don't find a lot around the world. So so I'm
I guess it's hard to find that people because it's hard to it's hard to do that because you need to recreate each frame by frame, and it's kind of boring sometimes because when you do one frame in really great style, it's interesting, but when you can do 100 or 1000 of each frames, it can be dull for sure. But well, I can tell you one thought in my mind every time each project I can feel, and uh, I can I can deal with that. I firstly I'm making a plan of
mhm.
whole project, and in the editing and crafting in paper I always think that fuck why I always think it's so difficult. I don't know. Uh, in the in the planning in the planning section, you think, wow, it will look so great, and I need to try that and that, and then in the crafted thing in section, you just or editing, you just think, oh, I need to stop in the first look and be
Mm,
more common and easier because it's too much.
I see. I know. So I want you to talk me through your process a bit, because I remember I tried like a year and a half ago to make a 2 second mixed media piece. You know, like you said, you have to print out every frame, and man, that took a long time, and I didn't even use it because it looked terrible. You know, I was like I was like I can't even use this. I took my time. I made the frames. I drew in it to make like I was trying to accentuate the character's face in that specific scene. But I'm interested on talking through your process of getting the footage, looking at it, and then printing it out and cutting it out in for each frame. I'm just intrigued, and how does it all look exactly?
Uh, well, hard to explain that. Sometimes I just use a editing program and most of mixed media created there, and then I print it just to create the vibe of mixed media because it's the paper really is real shit and uh, it have that randomness and special gradient and color and everything, and that randomness can create art.
Wow.
You can't I guess uh, you can fake it with any preset or something. Always you can see what is preset and what is really handcrafted.
No,
uh, Something like that.
no, it's interesting you say that, because I definitely agree with that. I was gonna ask you actually. So, I mean, we could. So we see that your work is handcrafted. I saw a plugin from Fred Pell, Mixed Media, in it for like After Effects, and it just does not look like real mixed media, you know? It looks like a simulated paper on video, but it just doesn't look the same. I'm interested, how do you feel about plugins? I mean, you told me a little bit, you know, it's not the real thing, but like, how do you feel about those plugins?
uh, if you ask me a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, I will tell you that it's shit and you never can waste your time for that. But now I'm more common with that, and well, if you need, you can use, and it's never can recreate the mixed media effect, the real mixed media effect, but well. Uh, you can use that to uh, increase the feeling of that
Mm,
or recreate a little feeling of mixed media.
nice. Okay. That's a nice way to put it. So I want to go back. I want to go back for a second. I'm really intrigued. So for your commission work, does you know, I want some people that are watching to like some editors possibly to be more familiar with how to get some work. So for your commission work in specific, I know you're abroad, but how do you get most of your work? Is it a lot of outreach, people coming to you, or do you go to people sometimes, or how does that look for getting client work?
Of course, you can't live without reaching out someone, and
Mm,
the freelance work is unstable, and well, you always need to step by step creating your stability and your flexibility. Um, And yeah, for sure, I can reach out my old clients and trying to get new ones, and it's how it working. If you put it in a like throw it in a river, you can never catch a fish.
Mm. Wow. Okay. Wow. With the phrases and quotes, I love it, man. Okay. Wow. So let me see what else we have really quick, Tony. Okay. And okay. Last question for you. Well, two more. How do you think growing up? I know you're in St. Petersburg now, but I don't know what city you grew up in. How do you think growing up in Russia or East Europe has shaped you as a creative and editor per se?
Mm,
I know it may be hard because that's what you're used to. You know, it's hard to look outside sometimes, but let me know what you're thinking.
well, our industry is pretty poor. That's why mostly you can see a lot of creative artists from Russia, not only mixed media, 3D, 3D and etc.
Mm.
Editors, well, the poorness of our industry dictate the rules that you need to study in internet and try to do something there. That's why
Mm.
mostly people trying to put their energy in internet and pushing themselves.
Okay, I see. Because it's interesting you say that. I do notice, like you just said, I do notice there's a lot of 3D VFX artists I've seen in Russia in that area, and it's interesting you say that. So a lot of people gravitate towards going online and trying to build something on there and a bigger audience from there. Oh, it's super interesting.
Uh, the entertainment there is really poor, and uh, small artists can't. Well, I guess they don't know the value of art and of making music videos in the USA and in the Europe. People can understand it more,
Okay, that's
and
interesting.
they understand the value of art and effects, VFX, and etc.
Oh, interesting. I see what you're saying. Wow. So you also get some client and commission work in West Europe as well then too sometimes?
Yeah, well, some of them are huge too. Uh, I worked with Adidas and Spain national football team. It was
Wow.
huge commercial too, and other music videos and etc. It was it's a great field for communication and working.
100%. I agree. I've networked and I've met so many people and just creating music videos and connecting with different directors, filmers, editors, you know. So there's one more thing I wanted to say on that note. Let me think on it for 1 second. Well, before we get into that, if there's if there's one thing you had to say, okay, before we go back, here, let's go back for a second. I'm just remembering. You said you started with the Kenny H commission. Man, you came on the scene instantly. You have so much motion, for lack of better words. You know, you came on the scene. You have so much work, commission work, and you just said you work in these big commercials. Like that's so consistent. How are you consistently putting out this top tier work?
First of all, the work with Kenny wasn't the commission; it was free. And
Okay.
well, when you start, you need to know that you need to struggle for
Yeah.
working in as a freelance. And well, I'm struggling sometimes too, because uh, to to do that constantly, you need to put more energy than in the 5 to work. Uh, well, I don't know how. Just work harder, and you will achieve that goal.
Yeah. Okay. That's a nice way to put it. So I have one last question for you, Tony. Okay. If you had to go back 2 years ago and tell yourself anything, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell? Hmm, maybe first of all, work harder, of course. Uh, Second, sometimes you need to say no for the
Mm,
projects to uh, to keep the quality high. You don't need to agree all the projects. Sometimes you need to deny, and it's okay. And no one gonna feel bad about that. It's okay, and everyone will understand. That's it, I guess.
wow.
I
That
really
is,
love the journey and
yeah.
waiting what will be next.
Wow, Tony, I love to hear that. That's so interesting you say that. Just to expand on that really quick, because like you said, it definitely once you start as a filmmaker freelancing, it's definitely a struggle you have to overcome, and you still struggle after years, without like consistent or a retainer client. And it's almost like a dance between like you just said, do I do this work I don't want to do? It's not gonna look good, or wait until I could be able to do this project, and it's really, something I really want to do. May not be as much, but I know it looks super cool, and it's such a nice way you put it.
Just just want to tell for all creators and people who are starting that, well, think twice, because it's a really hard journey, and you need to work harder than other more constantly easy jobs and works. And if you choose a journey, just push 100%. Well, that's it.
No, thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. Tony, feature. I would say, I love saying feature industry. Wait, before we finish, I have one more question. How did you come up with that name, feature industry?
Uh, well, that was a funny joke, I guess, because in in my country, a lot of filmmakers trying to be as a production and something,
Mm,
but they're self-made and only one person in the production. Well, that's funny. That's why I choose future and industry as
yeah.
two huge words. Uh, it was really fun, just for fun.
Hmm. That's
And
funny.
then I created a logo and something, and well, keep that.
Yeah, that was a nice logo. It's funny you say that. It's a whole production team, and it's like one person. It's like
Yeah,
that's
a lot of people there have a IG account with, for example, their name and production, their name and films and etc. And they industry is just the funny joke of that system.
mm, I see. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's funny. Well, Tony, I want to say thank you for your time and being on this pod, man. It's been great talking to you, and I'm excited to see what else you do in the future, man. Anything else you want to say lastly to the audience by chance, if anything?
Well, you, if you know where I am, and I just can say one thing: be safe, and that's it.